Welcome in. So today I will be directing to top 3 times LeBron's legacy was on the line and he responded. So let's
By
see. Let's
now,
see what this is
it doesn't
about.
matter whether you like LeBron, dislike
You
him,
have nothing else to prove. You're one of us now,
or you're
kid.
just indifferent about him.
Jerome
There's
Deere,
simply no more denying that the guy is an all-time great and deserves to be mentioned in the same breath as legends a lot of people never wanted him to be with. That's just reality. The man has scored nearly 27,000 points, pulled down over 7,000 rebounds, and has nearly dished out 7,000 assists. And to go with that, he's now added 3 championships and 3 finals MVPs to his resume, one of which he finally brought to Cleveland after 13 long years. It's safe to say he's already reached the point in his career that most players in history could only dream of. And the crazy part, he's probably got around 6 years left in his career. But this isn't a video about LeBron's accolades and all the way he's accomplished, because I could go on all day about that, and I'm not a LeBron fan. Really? Today I wanted to put a microscope on 3 very close calls in his career. Times when he was literally only a hair away from failure that would have likely dented his legacy past the point of repair and kept him from being mentioned with the likes of Jordan or Kobe. I don't think people realize how dangerously close he was in these times to losing that opportunity, and the greatness it took for him to keep that alive. This is the chronological story of those situations, and without further ado, here are the top 3 times LeBron came close to losing his legacy, and he responded. Number 1. Game 6 of the 2012 Eastern Conference Finals vs. Boston. Now, this one requires a bit of a backstory to set everything else up. So, the year before this went down, LeBron had just made the infamous decision to join Wade and Bosh in Miami to form one of the most...
And also, bro, he did kind of like... He did choke during the 2011 finals. So, I mean, his legacy was kind of like bruised, I guess. So it does add to the narrative that in game was 6, 7, whatever. He came through for the Heat the following year.
Before this went down, LeBron had just made the infamous decision to join Wade and Bosh in Miami to form one of the most hated teams of all time, although Golden State is probably now taking that place.
Out there.
I always say it's not so much what he did, but how he did it.
Yes,
he had a party
we
basically
did.
insulting the rest of the league, saying how easy it was going to be.
That shit sounds so political, fam. It kind of reminds me of a boys like gag, like Homelander did some dumb shit or whatever. Yes, we did.
But how he did it, man. Because he had a party basically insulting the rest of the league, saying how easy it was going to be to win, and that just threw salt in the wound because at the time, Wade and Bosh were top players. He knew it, everybody knew it at the time, and the fact that he was gloating about the new super team really pissed the world off. Fast forward through that season, and the Heat lost a 2-1 lead against a Dallas team that honestly had no business beating them. In that final series, LeBron had his worst playoff series ever, averaging only 17.8 points a game, and in Game 4 only scored 8 points. They lost that game by 3, and it's pretty safe to say that if he had an even average 20 or 22 points a game, they would have won. Fast forward another year, and it's about to totally fall apart for Miami. Now, I'm a Boston fan, so it stings remembering this, but I respect the hell out of it. Miami had lost Bosh in the Indiana series due to an abdominal strain, and remember that basically everyone outside of the Big 3 was pretty mediocre due to the salary cap constraint.
Not everybody, but damn near everybody else on this team was ass. It was ass. Fam, I remember Joel Anthony. Oh my god. He had some shots in the full plays, highlights, lowlights. God damn. Joel Anthony, man. Oh my god, bro. But yeah, the Heat, it was mainly just Wade, Bosh, and James. Nobody else. Nobody else was even remotely close to being useful. Like Chalmers and Cole and them, whoever Mike Miller. was good too.
And nobody gave two shits about that because A, Miami was
And man,
despised,
everybody else was
and people would
ass.
pay anything
Damn
to see
near.
them lose under any circumstances. And B, basically everyone had gotten hurt in the lockout shortened year, including Boston, who were giving
Round
Greg
Roundup was
Steensma
different.
minutes because of injuries. So it was fair game. Despite not having Bosh, Miami managed to take a 2-0 lead.
Oh yeah,
but
Shane
Boston
Battier
fought back
was
to tie the
was
series
good
and
too.
push it to a pivotal Game 5 in Miami. And I'll never forget what
Udonis
happened
was
next.
good too.
Pierce for three. It's good. Paul Pierce from
Take
way
that off.
downtown. Then Boston leads by 4.
Paul Pierce had again seen the best LeBron in the playoffs, knocking down a miraculous 3 to give Boston a 3-2 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. Mind you that everybody
that
had
was
written Boston
clutch.
off that year, but here they were ready to upset the Miami Heat in 6 games. But all the talk that happened after that game really unleashed the beast. There was so much talk about how LeBron wanted to be king without a ring. They said his super
King
team
without a
failed and
ring
that he was
is-
a choker.
it's funny.
There was even talk about trading one of the big three for Dwight Howard. In short, LeBron's legacy was on the line because had he failed to win a championship with this Miami team 2 years in a row after gloating about how easy it would be, well, there'd be no coming back
That
from
would've
that,
been
to put it
crazy.
lightly. Instead, what
That
we
would've
got
been
was
crazy.
probably the best version of LeBron to ever exist. For once, he finally came into the game with a Kobe and Jordan mentality that so many people said he lacked. There was no smiling, no joking, no deferring to teammates to be liked. He walked into the Garden like he was the best player on the planet, and nobody could deny it this game. James started the game with 10 straight field goals and walked away with 45 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists, and he did this all on
45,
73%
15,
field
and
goal
5.
shooting. Yes, I said 73. But aside from the
73 is
stats,
crazy.
LeBron just looked mean that night. As Bill Simmons put it, the fans were so shell-shocked that many, including me and my father, filed out with 3 minutes remaining. Not because we were lousy fans, not to beat the traffic, but because we didn't want to be there
we
anymore.
didn't want to be there.
Honestly, if he'd played this way his entire career, he would have a very serious case to already be called the greatest player of all time. He went on to score 31 points and grab 12 boards in Game 7 to eliminate Boston,
It's a
and
good
then went
shot.
on to win his first championship. So to sum this one up, with everything on the line, LeBron put up one of the greatest performances of all time, and even though I was one of the fans victimized by it, I still appreciate the greatness. But this wouldn't be the last time his legacy was tested.
5 since World Champion.
2. 2013 NBA Finals, Game 6. We already knew what the standards LeBron was held to. Nothing he did in the 2012 playoffs was going to be enough to solidify his career alone. Just a year later, his legacy was again being held to the fire. People were
Witness
already saying
history.
his ring didn't mean enough because it was in a lockout shortened year, and they were especially saying that because it looked like the Spurs were
I ain't
about to
gonna
end
hold you,
Miami's
bro. Lockout or not, he still won. Like, lockout or not, he still won, bro. And I'm not even really a LeBron fan like that. Like, he's cool. I do support him, but I'm not a fan of him like that. I'm not even. It's just to say his ring didn't count because it was a lockout season. At that point, you're just grasping for straws, bro. You're reaching. You're reaching, my boy.
lockout shortened year, and they were especially saying that because it looked like the Spurs were
Again,
about to end
Kawhi.
Miami's then short-lived success. It was Game 6, the Spurs had a 3-2 series lead and had all the upper hand they needed. By the end of the third quarter, they had a 12-point lead and all the momentum. Miami's super team was about to lose another finals, have an ugly 1-3 record,
I don't
and
mind.
regardless of what LeBron had done the year before, this was about to wash it all away. It gets
Wash
murky
it all
here,
the way.
though.
It's crazy.
In the fourth quarter, LeBron would go on to put up 16 points to lead Miami's comeback and finally take the lead. However, the Spurs somehow withstood that comeback and created enough distance between them and Miami that really should have been enough to win the championship. However, we all know how it goes. Pretty much everything that needed to go wrong for the Spurs to lose went wrong, and
And when I tell you this final series, every time these Spurs and Heat played, bro, it was so good. It was entertaining as hell, man. You had two juggernauts going at it, and bro, it was just amazing to watch as a basketball fan or whatever.
distance between them and Miami that really should have been enough to win the championship. However, we all know how it goes. Pretty much everything that needed to go wrong for the Spurs to lose went wrong, and everything went right for Miami. Here's where it gets really murky though. LeBron James hits the 3 that made it a 2-point game, making it possible for Miami to stay in the game in case San Antonio missed free throws, which they did. However, he missed the real 3 that would have tied the game, and had it not been for Bosh's amazing rebound and Allen's miraculous 3, Miami would have lost. For this reason, many people have gone on to say that Ray Allen saved LeBron James' legacy that night.
People forget basketball is a team sport. Like, and then LeBron just hit a whole 3. Like, bro, like, I get it. He did miss.
Which they did.
He did miss.
However,
this one, but
he missed
fam,
the
at the
real
same
3 that would have
time,
tied the game. Had it not been for Bosh's amazing rebound and
a team
Allen's
sport,
miraculous
bro.
3, Miami would have lost. For this reason, many people have gone on to say that Ray Allen saved LeBron James' legacy that night. Personally, I agree that the shot by Ray did save it for the simple fact that the game was over if it missed, but you have to give LeBron James just about as much credit for saving his own legacy, because something that never gets talked about for some reason is the fact that Miami was dead in the water until LeBron breathed life into them with that 16 points in the 4th. What if he had to just continue to be passive? Ray Allen's 3 never would have even been a possibility then, and the Heat would have sailed off into the night quietly. In this elimination game, James tallied a triple-double with 32 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists. And in Game 7, they would go on to close out the Spurs as LeBron would score 37 points and grab 12 rebounds. To say that Ray Allen saved LeBron's legacy with the 3-pointer isn't totally wrong, but it's also not right to leave out that LeBron stepped up in a big way when his team needed him. Ray Allen wouldn't have had anything to save that night without James' contributions. 3. The 2016 NBA Finals.
Bro,
the last time LeBron came close to losing his legacy is still pretty fresh in all our minds, and it's one of the most amazing things to happen in recent memory as it pertains to basketball. Even after LeBron won in 2013, he went on to lose in 14, giving him a 2-4 finals record. And all the way until there was only a minute left in Game 7, it looked like he was all but destined to fall to 2-5, in which most people would have officially eliminated him from all Jordan or Kobe talk. And boy did he come close. Cleveland fell down 3-1 to the Warriors, and it really just confirmed what everyone knew at the time. Cleveland had no business competing with the Western team. And that's still pretty true because as a team, there's no question Golden State was better and still probably is.
Much better.
But before this series, I had a theory about Cleveland's chances in the finals. I picked Golden State to win, but I did mention that if all you're asking LeBron to do is to be great for 4 more games, he could do it regardless of who he had around him, and boy was I right. Now, there is some context needed here. After 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs, and 4 regular season MVPs, most players would need nothing more to prove themselves. But again, LeBron is held to a different standard. After the decision part 2, calling himself the best player in the world, and saying that he will undoubtedly be on Mount Rushmore at the end of his career, he needed to win another one to get himself there, especially this one. All season long, the Warriors were in the spotlight, and so was Steph Curry, who became the first unanimous MVP, and looked all but certain to repeat at LeBron's for the second year straight. What put LeBron's legacy in jeopardy even more was the fact that everyone, including himself, believed that if the Cavs were healthy in the 2015 finals, they would have handily beaten Golden State. Yet, here they were down 3-1 with everyone healthy, and then you add in the fact that Draymond and Klay had begun to toss rocks at the throne, and well, LeBron's legacy was about to be tarnished forever. But wait, there's more. Something that people will never remember because winning heals all wounds is that LeBron was being pretty passive for most of the series. People immediately point to his stats and say that he was the only one doing anything, when in fact he was not being aggressive for a while and putting pressure on the D like he could. Take for example Game 4, where he finished with 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. That's an amazing stat line, but nobody's ever going to remember that he basically padded 7 points onto his stats in garbage time when the game was out of reach, which is a far cry away from the LeBron that we saw in Boston when everything was on the line. However, he more than made up for it, scoring 41 points in 2 consecutive finals games, and he almost triple-doubled in both of those, as him and Kyrie put the city of Cleveland on their backs and just would not let them lose. But then Game 7 came in Oracle, and the cards were still stacked against them, and again, LeBron wasn't having the best game of his career. He wasn't in full attack mode all game like he was when his legacy had been on the line in 2012, but he still finished with the triple-double and one of the greatest finals moments of all time.
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh,
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
I was giving this game my full
That was
attention, and
crazy.
I'll never be able to forget when I saw
Blocked
this,
by
mainly because it was like a
James.
jump scare. All I saw was Iggy
LeBron.
going to the rim for a layup. I never once saw LeBron hot on his tail until he was all over the backboard, and it pretty much just took
That
the
was
wind out of me. I couldn't
that
believe
was
he got
crazy though.
that.
I ain't gonna hold you.
The scoring was coming slow at that point, and it's safe to say that if that layup had went in, the Warriors would have probably won the game.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't going to happen on James's watch.
Ooh,
The game was still
Kawhi-
close
not
after
Kawhi,
Kyrie's three,
Kyrie.
and James would go on to put it out of reach after drawing a foul on a dunk that would have likely ended Draymond Green's career. And in one of the greatest, most competitive games I've ever seen, LeBron on Green's career. James would go on to put it out of reach after drawing a foul on a dunk that would have likely ended Draymond Green's career.
He would have got
And in one of the
bodied.
greatest, most competitive games I've ever seen, LeBron fulfilled his promise to Cleveland and brought them a championship after doing the impossible, being down 3-1 against the 73-win Warriors. This miraculous win gave him his third championship, his third Finals MVP, and once again saved his legacy. And I truly believe that this was the last time his legacy should ever be taken to trial. There's simply not much left for him to accomplish now. He's still stacking up his stats, which are already at all-time great levels. He got one for the land, and he beat the team with the best record in history. He could honestly retire right now, and what would you be able to say about his career? Truth be told, as long as he doesn't leave town again for another super team or go on any more tirades about it being easy, would it even matter if he lost another finals? I mean, this guy has done more than most NBA players can dream of. And so, those were the top 3 times LeBron's legacy was on the line, and he responded. If you're a LeBron hater, don't worry, there was a time when I was too. Well, pretty much when I was a kid. Hell, I've got no problem admitting I was one of the people praying for him to lose in 2013. I get it, but what's done is done. Let's take these last 6 years of his career and just appreciate what we witnessed. Because your hate for a player should never exceed your ability to appreciate the game of basketball. When Kobe retired, even the people that hated him came out to pay respects to the many years of entertainment he'd given us, and we all wish that we could have relived the last 15 years just to watch him do it all over again. Believe it or not, when LeBron says goodbye to the game, you're going to realize you've never seen such a combination of athleticism, size, and strength like you've seen with him now, and you're also going to realize you may never see it again. He defended and solidified his legacy on multiple occasions. It's time you move on. Appreciate him, appreciate Curry, appreciate all these guys because they're not here forever. Speaking of appreciating greatness, if you want to relive the greats of the last decade or two, check out the mix I made up.
LeBron James is definitely, top 2 or top 3 players of all time. In my opinion, I do like Jordan better, but LeBron, you could make a case for him to be, the best of all time. I ain't saying he isn't. It's just I do believe Jordan is, but LeBron, he came through a plethora of times where it seemed, and he did what he had to do, man.